Alrighty, hello, hello. Today we are talking about writing linear equations. Okay. A learning intention is I will be able to write a linear equation based off of given information or a graph. Our success criteria, I can identify slope-intercept form of a linear equation. I can write a linear equation when given a slope and y-intercept. I can identify the y-intercept of a graph. I can identify the slope of a graph. And I can combine the slope and y-intercept of a graph to write a linear equation. Okay, so let's talk about box one. Linear equations are frequently written in slope-intercept form, which is y equals mx plus b, where m is the slope and b is the y-intercept. At this point, we should have all seen y equals mx plus b at this point. Ninth graders, you should have seen it last year in eighth grade. 10th graders, you should have seen it in eighth grade and last year in ninth grade when you had me. So this should not be a new concept for you. This should be reviewed today. M is your slope, which is your coefficient for x, and b is your y-intercept, which will be a constant. Remember, a y-intercept is the y value of the point where your line touches the y-axis. So let's talk about writing equations. Write a linear equation with the following information. Slope equals 2, y-intercept equals -1. All right, so if I were to do this, remember we're working with y equals mx plus b. Okay, so if m is our slope is 2. So I'm going to put y equals, because we don't know what y is. Our slope is 2, and then our x, because we don't know what x is. Our y-intercept is -1. So plus b will be -1. And that's your answer. Okay? Short, sweet, to the point. Take out your m, put in your slope. Take out your b, put in your y-intercept. Hopefully easy enough. All right, so we go to our next one. This one's a little more complicated because it has a fraction. Write a linear equation with the following information. This would be in box 3. Oops. Uh-oh. My drawing has stopped. Why is it doing that? Okay. So, linear equation. So we have y equals mx plus b. Okay. So our m this time is 1 over 4. So I'm going to make it 1 over 4 x. And our y-intercept in this case is 0. Do I need to write plus 0? No, because plus 0 ultimately means nothing. So I'm just going to leave it as y equals 1/4 x. And that's going to be my answer. I'll try this again. There we go. All right, we fixed it. So that's your answer. Next one. This is the you do. Write a linear equation with the following information. A slope of -5 over 2 and a y-intercept of -3. I'm going to give you 30 seconds to try this one. 15 seconds left. 5. Okay. So again, our slope is -5/2. So it's going to be -5/2x. And our y-intercept is -3. So -3. Okay, so that's writing the linear equation with the given information, which is nice and easy. All right. Oh, shoot. All right. So now we're going to find the slope y-intercept, and we're going to write an equation. How did I fix this last time? All right, so we're given the graph here, and we're given 2 points on the graph. Okay. So we have to find the slope of the 2 points. So let's talk about how we do that. We take point 1 here. I'm going to change to a different color. We'll change to red. We take point 1 here. This is what we talked about the other day. And point 2 here. And we find the difference in y, or the rise, over the difference in x, which is the run. So I'm going to go, to get from one point to the other, I go 1, 2, 3. So my slope is 3, and we go over 1. So that would be 3 over 1, or just 3. Okay. Our B, this is where our line touches the y-axis. So we're going to start from the origin, and we're going to count down and see how far it is down. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4. It is down 4 from the origin, which means it's going to be -4. Remember, if you go up, it is positive. If you go down, it is negative. So now that we have this information, our equation y equals our slope, our m, is 3, x, and our y-intercept is -4. So -4. And that's how you do it. While you write that down, I'm going to try to figure out why my pen won't write. Because that is not a fan of the pen not writing. There we go. Okay. All right. So let's try another one. So find the slope, the y-intercept, and write a linear equation. So where is our y-intercept? Our y-intercept is right here. How far is that from the origin? Well, our origin is where our two axes cross. So we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It is up 7 from the origin. So our y-intercept will be +7. Now we need to find our slope. So first thing you're going to do is you're going to look at this graph. You're going to say, what way is this line trending? If you read it from left to right, this line is going down. What does that mean based off of what we learned the other day? We learned that that means it will be a negative slope. So how negative? Well, one thing I said the other day is that I like to go to my rightmost point and I like to draw a horizontal line through it so that I know where I have to stop counting. So we're going to go down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it is negative 6 over how many to the right? 1, 2, 3, 4. Negative 6 over 4. Can you simplify that? If you go to your calculator, you absolutely can. Negative 6 over 4 would become negative 3 over 2 by dividing both your numerator and denominator by 2. In this case, you would put this in the calculator as negative 6. Then you would hit the A, B, C button, 4, and then you would hit enter, and it'll give you a mixed number. It'll give you like 1, U, 1, L2. So then, once you get that, you would hit second, ABC, and that'll give you, it'll say like answer, and then give you a long command, and then just hit equals again. And that'll change it to negative 3 L2, and that's your fraction. So now, writing an equation. We have our y equals negative 3 over 2 is our slope, so we're going to put it in negative 3 over 2 x, and then our y-intercept is positive 7. And that's our answer. So I'm going to give you a second to write this down. Okay. While you're writing this down, um, did you know that cats have an extra organ that allows them to taste scents on the air, which is why your cat stares at you with her mouth open from time to time? And did you know that cats have nearly twice the amount of neurons in their cerebral cortex in their brains as dogs? The more you know. All right, so this is a you do together. Find the slope, the y-intercept, and write a linear equation. So I want you to try this one on your own or with the person next to you. I'm going to ask whoever is running this, just pause the video for a couple minutes. Try this on your own. All right. I'm going to assume that we have paused it and tried it, and we'll see how it goes. Here we go. So your y-intercept, again, starting from the origin, your y-intercept, you would go down 1, 2, 3. So since you're going down, it is negative 3. And we're going to erase that just for the sake of clarity. And now we're traveling from this point to this point, okay? From here to here, because you're always reading from left to right. Is this going to be a positive or negative slope? It's going to be positive. So you're going to go up 1, 2, so 2, and then to the right 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 2 over 5. So your equation would be y equals 2 over 5 x minus 3. All right, let's do one more together and then you can call it a day. Well, on this lesson. One more. Again, this is a you do together. I want you to try this independently or work with the person next to you. So I'm going to give a chance to pause the video again. Okay. I'm going to assume that the video has been paused and you have had time to work on this independently, so let's go over it. So we start with our y-intercept, starting from the origin. We go down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So your y-intercept would be -6. Okay, now we need to find our slope. We're going from this point to this point. We could draw the line through this point so that we know how far we have to go up, because sometimes it's hard to tell. So we are going up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5, and to the right 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Over 5. What is anything over itself? 5 over 5 is 1. So your equation would be y equals 1x minus 6. Or you don't have to write the 1, you could just write y equals x minus 6. Either way works. Okay, so that is the lesson for today. Homework tonight, you do have homework that's going to be passed out. You're going to be doing only 1 through 9 on that homework because the rest of it will be covered on Monday. You're only doing 1 through 9 on that homework. Also, your Alex, remember your hour and 5 topics passed of Alex is due tomorrow night. Alex runs until 11:59 p.m., so I'll be checking it Friday morning. So make sure you get your Alex done because that is a grade that goes in the grade book. Okay, so if you have any questions, let me know. Leave them in Google Classroom, leave them in Mr. Lusk, whatever. Otherwise, I will see you in class.